Dude, I wish I was over-exaggerating what I'm about to say, but by the things I've seen recently, this is actually true. You see this guy here? If you've ever been seen in public with him, on stream with him, been in a relationship with him, if you've ever been witnessed in the same room as this guy, there's actually a group of people with pitchforks looking for you right now. Just yesterday, at the time of me posting this video, Pokimane and Lily Pichu announced that they're going to be cancelling the episode that they had planned with Hassan to release today due to the tension around him right now, which makes sense. I literally had people commenting that the reason why Valkyrie and QT Cinderella didn't want to go to TwitchCon wasn't because of the female streamers being attacked recently, but because of their connection to Hassan, which was the real reason why they weren't safe. And for some reason, that was not a one-off take. The sheer mention of Hassan's name is actually enough to get people riled up. And I need to know why. So today we're going to jump into the polarity of Hasan Piker, and we're going to come to a verdict on whether this guy's hate that he receives is justified, or it's just people crying on the internet. Now, despite never consuming much of his content, I am aware of the fact that Hassan is a left-wing political commentator on Twitch, and a very large one at that. For some people, a lot of people it seems, that is grounds enough to dislike the guy. On the other side of things, for some people that's also enough grounds to defend him no matter what he does. The reason why I address this so quickly is because I know that there'll at least be some people who click on this video with a preconceived notion of Hassan based on these political beliefs. If you're looking for my opinion on this, the answer is I'm Australian, I don't care. So we're gonna start with a situation that's very fresh in everyone's minds. Now, I wasn't actually home to cover this situation as it was happening, and by the time I got home, everybody and their mother had heard about it. So we're gonna go through this very quickly, and I'm gonna give you my thoughts on it very briefly. One of the largest Twitch stories of the year broke out a couple days ago, in which a clip of Hassan surfaced that people used to accuse him of having a shock collar on his dog. Now, Kaya, Hassan's dog, is a place-trained dog, which means trained to stay in one place. And in this clip, after Kaya moves from that place, Hassan, who seems to be visibly agitated, looks like he reaches off screen and clicks something which causes the dog to yelp. I'm gonna roll the clip so you guys can see it for yourself.
Of America's much more consequential violence, okay? It's the same reason as to why America, Kaya, please just fucking go, just stop. Jesus Christ, what are you doing?
Yeah, nah, this is not looking good. He came back on stream very unapologetically, kind of dumbing down the controversy to a bunch of crazy haters that were just trying to stir up propaganda. But yeah, no, I'm not moved. And even when he came back onto stream to show us the actual collar that had been on the dog, the way he showed off the collar was just so fishy that, again, I'm not moved. Again, I'm not a Hassan hater, I barely know who this guy is, but the way he's defended himself during this dog collar situation is very unconvincing. Especially after people had matched up the way the collar looks to a model that does in fact have removable prongs for shock training. Future me here with an update on this situation. My friend sent me a video on Twitter that surfaced today of Hassan on an old Christmas stream moving a remote out of frame on stream that he just noticed was there. Upon analysis, people have matched up this remote to the same remote for the shock collar model we just showed. I had to stop and add this in because I think this is the most damning evidence to show that Hassan had actually been using a shock collar on Kaya. People who have been jumping to his defense have been saying that the vibration model for the remote looks the exact same as the shock one, but my only question about that would be, if it is just the vibration model of the remote, why would he feel the need to move it off camera? But nonetheless, this new information doesn't really change the conclusion I come to at the end of the video, so we're just gonna keep moving on. Now, on the other side of things, just because his defense wasn't very convincing, mainly because of the way he was looking down on the people who were giving him the criticism, that does not necessarily mean that he's lying. Hassan claims that his dog yelps because she clipped herself on something while trying to get off the bed, which, if you look at the way her paw moves upwards in the clip right before she yelps, that would make sense. Now, the reason why I brought up this situation, and obviously there's more to it, there have even been people debating the ethics of how Hassan enforces the place training for his dog in the first place, but the reason why I bring up this situation first is because the revelation I had is that 90% of the people who are attacking Hassan for this don't actually give a whether he shocked his dog or not. It's very easy to tell that there is a separate agenda behind this controversy when you load into Twitter, which you shouldn't do. Go onto someone's tweet of them reposting the clip and calling Hassan a piece of shit, clicking on their profile and seeing their very first pinned tweet is about the left. Now, I'm gonna make my verdict on this situation. Did Hassan shock his dog? We don't know, and no amount of analysis of the video will tell us whether or not he shocked the dog in the clip. Now, is it possible he shocked the dog? Yes. Is it justified that people accused him of shocking the dog? Yes. Now, do I personally think Hassan shocked his dog? My head is leaning towards yeah, probably. Does this mean that the verdict of this video is that I hate Hassan? No. The reason behind that is I'm not going to base my opinion on somebody off an assumption. I'm sure some people out there have objective reasons as to why they dislike Hasan Piker, but I have not consumed any of his content, therefore I am not part of those people. I have no plans of consuming his content just because it's not something that piques my interest right now, nor do I have plans on watching it just to find reasons to like or dislike him. But yeah, let me know your thoughts on the situation. I'm not going to go into any of his political controversies because that is a whole different can of worms. If you disagree with any of my thoughts I had this video, I don't know how because I barely gave an opinion. But if you do, leave it in the comments down below. Let's talk about it. If you enjoyed, please consider leaving a like and subscribing to the channel, and I basically upload here every day, so I'm gonna catch you guys tomorrow. Peace.